to find it.
What is it called? Oh, my eyesight's been really funny.
No, we got anyone in here yet?
No.
Fresh. That's it. Who's in there then?
No one.
Wait a second, hopefully people start joining.
One person. Two. Claire's RC's Martin Crease.
Hello. So we got Claire's RC in here. Hello Claire. Ian, if you're there, how you doing? Hi Martin.
Claire said hello, on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you?
I'm not very nervous actually. I think the other two stood behind me are. It doesn't bother me too much.
Martin Crease put no pressure.
No pressure. There's always pressure when Martin's about. He's always trying to win at something.
Inspired RC said H.
Hi.
Hello. Hello Inspired.
Hi, Claire.
I think the other two need to come and say hello.
Hello.
That's Bournemouth RC Junior. Turn your volume down. I think Mrs. Bournemouth RC should come and say hello as well.
Will Bookham said hey.
Hello, hi Will. So I thought it was about time that I actually got my RC gear back up and running. I've been away on a nice holiday, been back to work, getting work sorted out. Now it's time to concentrate on actually getting the RC cars put back together and get out for a bit of a blast this
Martin
weekend.
Crease put hello, Junior.
Junior says hello, Martin.
Ian's here.
Hi Ian.
to Say hi. Oh, hi, Junior.
Is it alright or is it buffering?
No, it looks fine.
It's blowing.
It will be. Funny, pass me on, you everybody. Hi Rob, how you doing?
Martin Crease put hello, Miss Bournemouth.
Hi Martin.
Miss Bournemouth's got to come and say hello.
I'm shy.
Go.
No, she's not. She's normally the loudest one out of a lot of us. Come say hello. We've literally just got back out from a meal out. Hi RC Clan, how you doing? Cheers for the message. You alright Chris, how you doing? Yeah, holiday was amazing, absolutely amazing. We loved it. Bit of a shock being back and being back at work, but we're back used to it again now, so time to get the RC stuff out.
RC can say good M8.
Yeah, she won't come and say hello, Martin. You can also hear the dog. How cold is it there, Rob? So we've got, hi Emily. Oh, it's not too cold there at the moment then, Rob. Is there still snow out there? Sorry, Hardcore, was a little bit late. Never actually set one up before. And it took a little bit longer than I thought. Come on then. Right. Yeah, I'm here now finally.
So, can I see? Hello.
Up there.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah,
don't
the
know
camera's
where
up
I'm
there.
looking. I'm looking at the wrong one.
That's Mrs. Bournemouth RC. That's one I get in trouble with when I spend too much money on the RCs.
Every week.
Hi, Mrs. B. What's getting fixed tonight?
Hi everyone.
Chris, I'm fixing the ring gear on the front of my Harvey. I've actually stripped a couple of teeth off of it. I can't remember when I did that actually because it was before the holiday. So I'm just swapping over the ring gear, but I'm also swapping out. It's got the M2C drive cups in it, so I'm putting them into the other ring gear. If not, I would have just swapped over the whole diff.
Marty said he's more excited than you other kids.
God, that was facing this way.
Don't know what's happened there.
Ollie's face is on it. Your face is on it.
There we go, we're back. Somehow the phone kicked us out. Alright, we should be back now.
We got Sean's RC Adventures.
Hi Sean, how you doing? We actually got 14 people in, that's more than I thought I would have.
17 and 11 months.
Oh, okay, 17 in. Hi Lance. Cheers Martin, sharing it on yours. And cheers Claire, I saw you shared it on yours as well, thank you.
We've got Stu says hi.
Hi Stu.
Hi Chris.
Chris, when are we next getting out? Chris is one of the local Bournemouth RC guys. Yeah, it's got to be this week, Chris.
This week.
Ask anyone if they'd like a free dog.
Does anybody want a free Cocker Spaniel? It's driving us crazy in here.
Logan's RC, Yo Bournemouth.
Hello, how we doing? So, not sure if you can see it on the camera there, but I've actually managed to strip a few teeth going around there. It's actually the first time in ages I've done it since I've shimmed the pinion, which was one of Martin's little hacks, so cheers for that Martin. That worked a treat, but it has eventually given up. Claire, you'll have the puppy. He's not quite a puppy, he's just a nightmare. And he's just been out for a walk, you wouldn't afford it as well. Hi Kevin. Cheers for coming on.
We've got Mike as well.
Hi Mike.
Oh wait, so there's have to be careful when I say people's names out loud on here, I think.
I'm not sure this one is a puppy anymore, Claire. He's old. Well, he's what, 2.5 years old now, but still acts like he's 2 months old. Keep pulling that. I can't keep up. We're good, Kevin. How's you? No, I can't get this in there.
Bennett said he'll take the dog.
Yeah? We got a few takers for the dog. Maybe we can auction the dog off and I could buy some more RC cars.
You probably have to sell a few dogs to get one RC car.
Probably.
Chris said he thinks you need a new car. Chris, I need to have a chat with you.
Chris, you'll be in as much trouble as I am.
You might have to get a credit card in your name for James.
I do need a new one though. Christmas isn't far away. And I do like the felony. That does look nice. I'm not really an on-road car person, but I do like the look of that. That's my sort of car. If I was to get an on-road one, that's what it would be. Yeah, you definitely need deep pockets for the felony. It'll get through a lot of tyres, and the fact that the tyres aren't the same front and rear makes it even harder. But I do like the idea of the bigger rear tyres. Done all that. Watch your ears, guys. Okay, that's got that back on there. What are they saying then?
Can't see it at the minute.
Or I might go in that raffle then, Claire. It's always nice to get a cheaper car. Yeah, I had to hit that in, Logan. What it actually is the M2C drive cups. Those ones there that I tested out for Mitch at M2C, they're strong as hell. They're really, really good. They've taken an absolute battering. They've barely got any wear marks at all. But they are a lot tighter fit into the housings. The pin going through is a lot tighter, as you can see there. You physically have to move it. It doesn't just slide about. But I had a tiny little bow on it, so I just had to knock it through. But once it's in there, a lot tighter and therefore a lot stronger, a lot less play.
Chris, I didn't get any Pandora this year. I don't know why.
Chris, I need that money for RC cars. Shush. So with all the cars coming out then, what's on people's wish lists? There's a lot of new cars out there, and I'm sure a lot of you have got a wish list there of what you want to get. No, Martin, I wasn't a bouncer. We actually did the cliche thing. We met at work. Although I've been told a few times now I do look like a bouncer. Okay, Claire. This live stream sounds like it's going to be expensive for me.
Claire, I'm with you on that one. Thank you very much. Kevin says, how's the nose hair?
The nose hair's growing back. Claire, you need to do it again. And the ear hair. I actually had to start pulling some of them out the other day. Do you know what, Claire? We do have a kit somewhere. I've just no idea where it is. Yeah, I've seen a couple of photos of that horse. I haven't actually looked much into it, but from what I can gather, it is quite expensive for what is comparative out there. But it does look nice, and I think Kev's just got one. I know, Kev. I need to get back on there and get rid of those hairs again.
Phil says he'd like to know, to everyone, what the hopes are for a 1/7 scale truck from Armour.
What, an 1/7 scale? What sort of truck? So obviously you've got the Mojave.
Jason Dearden spoke about in the last interview.
I can imagine that with all the Mojave chassis going on to some of the Creighton stuff like I've got here, I can imagine that they've noticed that seems to be getting more and more popular, so I wouldn't be surprised if some sort of version of it comes out soon.
Adrian says hi.
Hi Adrian, how you doing? Is that one of your other accounts, Adrian? Or is it a different Adrian?
Must be. Front side. Which is better, Seaton or
Senton.
Mojave?
I don't actually have either, so I can't really comment. However, the Mojave does look like a lot of fun, and I do have the chassis on this one, and I do like the longer trucks. I'm personally not a fan of the shorter trucks. I like the bigger jumps rather than all the flips and stuff like that. So I do like the longer trucks.
Fatal's come in the group.
Hi Fatal, how you doing?
I've got to get my RC terminology up to speed, haven't I? Did anyone write a guide on RC terminology?
So we've got Sam in the group. So Sam's just been making some awesome looking fans. They're going to be coming out very, very soon. And I'm looking forward to getting my one. And so my one will be going into the Outcast. Because obviously on this Scribe I've got the 8S system, which is a lot bigger can. So my one will be going onto the Outcast because I do need to gear that up. Because I do run slightly smaller wheels on it. There's a charger there. So Kevin, you on about doing the Mojave Creighton as well? The long wheelbase is nice, and I certainly do like it. That's for sure. No, it's not actually raining at the moment. Really, really windy, but not actually raining. We're all right. Come say night then. So Bournemouth RC Junior is off to bed for his bedtime. Good night.
Are they 40mm bands?
I need to. I'm sure Sam will reply in a minute, but they are the taller ones, like the other ones that have come out recently. You need a small LiPo to run them. Yeah, that's it. The ones with the silver sides, they look absolutely awesome. Sam's done an awesome job of them, so I'm looking forward to grabbing one of them and trying it out for sure.
Martin saying good night.
Night, Martin. Hardcore, yeah, I think they're very well. They're similar to the Delta fans, similar sort of design. Was that Kevin off I saw?
Yeah.
See you later, Kevin. Cheers for popping along. Hopefully I'll get out to meet you up with you guys again soon. So Martin, Kevin, all of you guys. Looking forward to it.
Oh, sorry, Martin. That was I realised what I did afterwards. The thing is, there's a slight delay on this. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. He's off to bed. He's obviously wanting to stay as long as he can, but.
Oh no! I said Ollie said good night, and then Martin said good night back to him, and I thought he was saying good night to us. So I said good night, Martin.
She's kicking you out, Martin. I don't know what you've done. Get rid of the gloves now. Done all the greasy, horrible work.
Got SLD?
Hi SLD, how you doing? Nice to see you on there.
Adrian says, "Does this from Kira, age 10? Does my dad have to get me another RC?"
Yes. Every child's birthday present is now an RC car.
I hope I don't get one.
You'll get one. It'll just have a little Pandora sign on it.
What sort of RC do you get for a 10-year-old?
Whichever one I like.
Fatal says, hats off to you guys for doing the first live. I haven't the guts to do it, but then I think the internet wants to see me have a tantrum kicking the car across the house.
Cheers for that. Yeah, first live. So it's a little bit daunting. Yeah, it's good fun. I'm enjoying it. And we seem to have a few of you on here. I was expecting single figures, but it looks like we're up to 27 odd. Sounds good, Chris? I don't think we're doing anything Thursday.
Emily, say good night.
Good night, Emily.
Good night, Emily.
Cheers for coming on.
Adrian said she's got an FTX Outlaw.
Nice. Ollie actually has got an FTX somewhere in here. He absolutely loved that for years, but now we've got the bigger ones. If I'm honest, actually, he loves the little tiny one we got gifted. That thing just won't break. The only thing I'd say about it is the batteries don't last forever. But then he grabs hold of one of mine, and then he's off. He had an FTX, I think it was a Vantage, but he had the Hobby Wing version of it, which is, if you're looking for a cheap RC car, it's worth having a look at the Hobby Wing Quantum Vandal, they call it, because it is the FTX, but a hell of a lot cheaper. But also, the FTX parts fit on it, so if you do break it, you don't have to wait for Hobby King to get parts out. So if you're after a cheap basher for a child, it's actually a pretty good little one, and it'll work well up until some big jumps, and then you will get problems. But for a child, it's a good one.
SLD said it's strange that you're doing your first live, and it was in January that you guys raced to 100 subs.
Yeah, I remember that quite well. I think you were quite a bit ahead of me at the time, but it's all good fun. It's all part of the fun. I've only actually been doing the YouTube. 1st of January I put my first video up, and it was a little bit of a winter project that's turned into something a bit bigger, and I just wanted to see if I could do it, see if I could get to that 1,000 subs and get to that point of monetization, just to give it a go and to learn something new. So really enjoyed it, and it's going to stay now. But you'll be there, SLD, as well. It won't take long. You'll get there. And obviously, us adults have a little bit of advantage over you. Obviously, we're working, we have the money to buy the cars and that. So just keep going at it, and eventually you'll get there.
He said that you were about the 50s and he was in the 70s.
Yeah. You'll get there. And it'll be worth it when you are there. So keep plugging away.
No, I don't actually know what I'm talking about. I'm reading these things out, and I need to get to grips with what I'm actually talking about, because I don't have a clue.
No, she is doing good, Claire, isn't she? Very good. But she needs a bottle of wine like you do, Claire. I think that's a trick for the next one.
If I have a bottle of wine, I'll start rapping on it. Does Claire sing on hers?
I haven't heard it, but
oh, it's Ian. Sorry.
oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, sorry.
See, James is saying to me, I'm Mrs. Bournemouth RC. You've got to read it properly.
I don't know, when are you getting your first RC car?
What does everyone recommend for a first time car, bearing in mind that I have never driven one of these things?
Well, you did once.
What did I do to it?
You drove it across the field and couldn't figure out how to turn it round, and just kept driving across the field until it went out of signal. You didn't realise there was a turn bit on it as well.
Did I run away?
Yes, you then handed me the controller and I had to go and get it.
First car recommendation. And how much do they cost? So Hans is staying here, and he says he had his Creighton 8S since June, and he's only bashed it once properly.
Well, that doesn't sound good. What's happened to it? I've seen them be absolutely abused up at Paddleswap, and Martin does abuse his on here. And actually, I really, really want to get one now. But they are a fair chunk of money, but I really do want to get one. Because I've seen them take a lot of abuse, so hopefully you can get yours sorted and start enjoying it.
We've got a couple of options here, James. So we've got the X-Max.
Yeah.
The Granite? Granites?
Yeah, they're two total extremes. The X Max is about the biggest guy you can get, but very, very strong. And the Granite is a brilliantly strong little armour.
Or Typhon.
Typhoon, yeah,
Typhoon,
that's
sorry,
an armour
yes.
Typhoon. I do like my armours, but I wouldn't be put off by getting any other brand. I do like the X Max. I've been a little bit unlucky when I've been out with people with X Maxes, and I haven't seen them in the best light, I don't think. Apart from obviously when I was up at Paddleswap, they're really good, but locally, the guys who've had them locally do get quite a lot of trouble with them. So probably down to maintenance, but every time I go out there, there's in pieces and my armours are still going.
300 to £1,000?
Yeah.
I can get a lot of Pandora for that. Apparently, Adrian says get Town Armour Big Rock.
Martin said he's got an E-Revo you can have.
I need something simple to practice on.
E-Revo's quite a good shout, actually.
Commander Astig.
Martin, how much do you want for the E-Revo? That's quite a good shout.
Commander Astig says hi.
Hello, how we doing? Right. That's one car fixed.
Hands of Stain. I've got Bash chassis on there. I don't know what's it.
Just bash it.
Yeah, upgraded the shock rod ends, 70 kilo survey, carbon fibre sleeves on the chassis, braces, and the version 2 upgrades, but only driven once.
What's that? He's got it for sale, is he? Or is that what he's got? Let me have a look.
He's only driven it once. He's saying what he's done.
Oh,
He's only
okay.
driven it once.
Have you only driven it once out of breaking it, or is it just that you haven't had it ready yet? Are you sure, mine?
Traxxas slash.
Traxxas slash. Again, another awesome little car. A lot of people have a lot of fun with them.
To be fair, Hardcore, I'm a bit bored of Pandora now.
Trouble is, she's got too much. She can't all wear it at once. If not, she just wouldn't be able to walk around. It's too heavy.
Chris says, is 2 wraps okay on the Creighton V46S wheels?
Yes, but it's down to be fair, if you use strong enough braid, 1 wrap will do it. But it is down to if you rip one, you've only got 1 spare.
What do you think of the EXB? Is it worth the money?
Depends on what you want to do with it.
It's Chris Smith.
It all depends on what you want to do with it, Chris. If you want to use it as an average basher, definitely, 100%. If you want to send it stupidly high and do the massive big jumps, then it's not quite. It is a very good basher car, but it's not up to the standard of the aftermarket parts. So.
Stu says, why is the Creighton Forest so hard to get hold of now?
I think it's all just purely down to the fact that everything was on a little bit of back order when COVID happened. So things are a little bit harder to get hold of. But they are starting to come through now. I don't think there's many places that don't have much of their stuff. I think it's all starting to come through, so it should get out there soon.
Hans Staines, he says he doesn't have anyone to bash with. I found it a bit boring on his own. And he has to stay away from BMX tracks because he feels like a P-R-I-C-K there. And they also say no RCs are allowed.
Yeah, a lot of them do say that. But we've got a local one here, and if you go there and someone comes up and has a chat to you, and I had a chat to the one of the committee board members, and he said, look, you guys seem decent. If you are willing to come out and help us if it ever needs resurfacing, you've got free use of it. So I think it all just depends on how you approach it. Bashing on your own, not necessarily the most fun, but when I started doing it again, when I started getting my car, well, when I got my car at Christmas, I started getting back into the hobby. I created a local Facebook group for bashing. So I created the Bournemouth RC Facebook group, and within a few hours, I had people to go bashing with. So that's my advice there. Create yourself a little group, find some people to meet.
Yes, SOD, the weather has been rubbish here for about 5 days. I think it's just 5 days of solid rain. But we'll have nice grass at the end of it.
It's actually quite nice for us. Where we've been away, it was incredibly hot. So I'm not going to lie, it's quite nice to come back and have a bit of cooler air.
Everyone's going to hate you for saying that.
I know. But then to be fair, most of these guys were at Paddleswap and all got burnt to hell, I think, by the sounds of it. And I'm gutted I missed that. But the holiday was very good, so I shouldn't moan.
So we've got RC Master.
Hi Mars, how you doing? It's good to see you, thank you for coming on.
I'm a bit behind some of these questions. Phil says, what do you think of the Outcast 8S?
Again, enough car I really like the look of. However, my experience of the 6S's, I would pick the Kraton over it because I like the longer wheelbases. I just prefer the way the longer ones drive.
Go Hard or Go Home says, is your rally car ready yet?
Well, that's what I'm just working on now. Because I've been given, well, Lee Wood at Custom RC Upgrades has been making some carbon fibre towers for the Technos and well, for all sorts. So he sent me some of these. He actually sent me them a little while back. So these are now for the EB, and they are basher ones, hence why they've got less holes in the adjustments, just to keep it more material. So they're going on there. Because I have actually broken 2 of the front towers, and they're 70-75 as standard. So I'm going to give the carbon fibre ones a go, and once these are all up and running, I then need to look at the body mounts ready for the body that Rich gave me. So cheers for that, Rich.
And then Hans Stone said, how long does it take you to travel down to Paddleswap?
2 hours and 20 minutes, if you're sensible.
So you don't realise how lucky you are. That's nearby, I think, compared to where he lives.
It is a long drive, but I'll say to anyone, it's definitely worth it. And I think Rich is just from go home. He had about a 5.5 hour journey. I'll be going down there quite often. It's an amazing place.
Apparently it was like an oven when everyone went there.
Yeah.
Hardcore RC says 30 minutes away from for him.
Nice. I'd be there every weekend
Would you?
if I was allowed.
Go Hard, Go Home, 6 hours for him.
Yeah. Long old drive.
Fatal Shock, 5 hours from Wales.
Yeah.
Emily's from North Scotland.
Yeah, I think I saw a post, Emily, on Facebook that you put the amount of miles you've done or something, and fair play, that's a lot of miles.
Chris Smith says, that's you told.
Yeah. To be fair, I haven't been out with the cars for a while, for about 6-7 weeks, because we've been away. We did go away for 4 weeks, and then a couple of weeks just getting back into work and getting everything sorted here.
Chris Brent said, you're going over 100 miles an hour, James.
Never. The RC car might have been, but not me.
He was probably smoking in the car as well.
Shh.
Hans Stain says, I've got my Kraton 8S build thread on the Armour forum if you're interested.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that. If you can find me on Facebook, send it over to me. I wouldn't mind having a look.
Oh, apparently someone in America is building a Paddleswap.
Really? What, they replicating the place, or?
Robert's back.
Hi, Rob.
I think you should build one down here, James.
I don't think I could ever build anything like Paddleswap though, that's the trouble. And Their place is so good. I don't think you can compete.
Apparently it's a similar one.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, Claire. The people make it. It's not just the facilities, it is the people that make it, and the amount of work that Dan and Sarah put into that place. I don't think a lot of people realise it's phenomenal, but they eat, sleep and breathe that place, and it shows. Every time you go there, it's really well turned out, really good facilities.
So, Hans Stain says, what's the catch behind Paddleswap? Is it a wealthy RC enthusiast who made it?
No, not at all. I wouldn't say that. I would say what made it is the sheer amount of effort. It's not money. I don't think it's not that money's being chucked into anything. It's a lot of it is simple, just very, very well put together.
And they've been offered a field in Wales.
Oh, okay. Does it come with free sheep?
Big fields.
It'll be worth doing, but I don't think people realise the amount of effort. So if you're going to do it, you're going to do it well. You've got to be prepared to lose your evenings and your weekends and that sort of stuff to set it up, especially if you're going to do events, because that sort of stuff just takes hours and hours and hours of maintenance and planning. And
Ian's saying as well that Dan loves it as a hobby.
yeah.
Master lives in Wales.
There's a fair few from Wales, then.
Yeah, but you told me if there were sheep there. Ask them if they had sheep.
Oh yeah.
And there's people from Wales on here.
Sorry.
You can drive your Armour Creighton over the Brecon Beacons.
Yeah.
Chris Smith's got to go.
See you later. Thank you for coming on.
He says he's new to Armour and you've helped him out loads.
Awesome. I hope you're enjoying it. I love helping people out just as much as I love doing the bashing. That really, it's all about meeting the people, chatting to the people. It's all part of the fun for me.
Master loves Brecon. Can you take your cars there? It must be pretty
I don't know.
fun.
It's a national trust. I think. I don't know whether they would appreciate that. I bet people have tried it though.
It says, is it rain or wind or both? It's everything, honestly. It's like they've been in the middle of a tsunami here at the moment.
Claire, you're going to have to tell me how to do make people spanners, because I will need some moderators on at some point just to keep an eye on anything that happens.
Or was I not supposed to spell out that word earlier?
No, that's fine.
Shall I do a beep instead if someone swears? Hardcore says he loves meeting others and he's really glad he's got back into the hobby.
Yeah, I had a fair few years out of it. I had a load of cars when I was younger, and then probably about 5-6 years ago I bought some cheaper ones off Hobby King, and actually, as I say, Ollie's one's done him amazingly, and I had a short course truck, a Turnigy thing, and it was only a very, very cheap 2-wheel drive thing, but the thing went really, really well. It was brushless, so it went well, but at the same point it never actually really broke. It would fall apart, but everything was on ball joints, so literally if you had a bad crash, all the ball joints would pop apart, then you go along, pop them back together and you're done. So it was actually quite handy like that.
Claire says you hold the name on the screen and scroll down.
Oh, okay. Do you have to do that on my account one though? Because that's the one that's currently...
Robert's up, he's having some lunch.
Yeah, well, he's up in... is it Alaska, Robert? Arctic.
Bye, Rob.
See you later.
Lance is off. It's a great job on your first live.
Cheers, Lance.
Hardcore. Oh, right, okay. Bear with me while I say this. Had a HPI E-Savage 10 years ago, converted it to 1:8 scale and brushless. Now I can't find it.
Can't find it. That would do my head in. If I had an RC car somewhere about that I can't find.
Phil says Typhoon or Talion.
If I'm honest, I kind of want both, but also I do like having a bit of a hybrid. So I've been thinking about my next build, and I think I might do it on Italian chassis, but with the Outcast arms, so wider, so longer and wider, and then have the Typhoon sort of wheels, the smaller wheels on it, to make it almost like a long, wide basher buggy.
So Master says what? Yeah, this is true. What are you actually fixing?
So this is actually, I'm replacing the towers on my Techno EB from the 7075 standard ones. I've actually broken two of them. One of them was actually Martin, so sorry about that, Martin. And I've got one here for you, Martin. So I broke them twice, and Lee at Custom RC Upgrades has been making a lot of carbon fibre parts, so I sent 2 new towers up to him so he could use them as a template. So he sent me back my towers with 2 of his. So they're now on his website, I believe, for anybody to buy. So I'm going to give them a test out. They have got less holes in them than the racing ones, because as a basher I don't need all the adjustments. I just want to send them as hard as I can and hopefully don't break them. So you've got less holes for more material, so I'm giving these a try. Hopefully they'll last out a little bit better than the other ones.
Handstone said just shared my build thread and bashing video on your Instagram under the name Wolfgang.
Awesome, cheers. I'll have a look.
Oh, hardcore. Regarding the car that he lost, he said he spent loads on it, and then he moved house 4 years ago.
I left it in the old house.
Well, he can't find it. He's looked everywhere. I reckon it's on eBay.
I reckon he left it in your old house.
So, what's the best manufacturer of RC bashers, and why is it Traxxas?
The best manufacturer, it's personal preference. There isn't a manufacturer that I think has anything over the others. I like the Armours because I like the way they look. I like the Traxxas. I do look at other people's Traxxas, and I would quite like some of the Traxxas, but I prefer the look of the Armours. The Armours, I think, potentially in the long run, once you've done a few upgrades, are incredibly strong, but you do need to do the upgrades if you want to be silly with them. So there isn't a right or wrong one, but Armour is my go-to one.
Fatal says if you want a basher buggy, go for the Hobeo Hyper VSE. They're taking a beating.
Yeah, I've seen them on a few people's. A few people have got them now.
They take a beating.
And they're actually very cheap. I think for the kit they're about 190 odd pounds, which is incredibly cheap. So it could well be one that I do have a look at in the future.
Sudi said that if Armour released an EXB Typhoon, then he's going to get it. And
yeah, that would actually be a very, very good car, because the Typhoon, I think, is the strongest out. From what I've seen, is potentially the strongest out of the 6A range box out of the box. Just because it is that bit smaller and there's less strain and everything when everything's smaller. So I think that the EXB version probably won't need many upgrades because of how strong it is anyway.
Sean says the problem with the thing with Traxxas, they're good, but they're expensive.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, you look at the price difference, and it's normally about £300–400 for something similar, and that is your money to do your upgrades on your armour. Which, so they work out probably, if you want to use them as a real sort of extreme basher, they probably work out about the same amount of money in the long run. And I think the armour would come out stronger.
Ian says that the Hobey Hyper is a great truck, and that their MT takes a beating stock.
Yeah. I do love this little Techno. Obviously, Ian, you've got your little buggy one, what's it, the Hyper? Hobey.
Yeah.
And I do like the look of them. And I would quite like one to compare it to the Techno actually, because there's quite a bit of price difference between the two. And I wonder whether there is actually much difference in them. But the one car that kind of waiting for next really is the ET, the next ET, if that's coming out.
Hi TH from Denmark.
Hello, how you doing?
Beta said they fold.
First tower done.
Oh, yeah. Beta folded us in half at Paddleswap. We used Ian's 6S hammer and it was back running 20 minutes later.
Yep. That is a good thing about them. If on the standard fit, if you have got the standard stuff on it, if you do bend if you bend the chassis, you can either just a couple of bolts and a hammer, or I did even at one point, I just put mine over my knee and just bent it back and carried on driving. Obviously what you've got to be careful of is if you do that, you've normally bent or broken either a bolt or the actual chassis braces, probably the rear one. Normally if you've got the plastic, you've broken them, but if you've got the metal ones, what can happen is you snap the bolt off. So just be careful if you are going to do that your car's not a bit weaker.
Armour seems to have a pretty good name at the moment. So we've got Masters choose RC brands based on three things: durability, parts available, customer service, and Traxxas and Armour tick all the boxes.
Yeah, that's it. I do really like the Traxxas, and I see other people's going around, and I would be really happy with a lot of the Traxxas, and I probably will get some very soon. And I think I'll be having a chat to Martin about that EV.
Stu says goodbye. Good night, Stu.
Good night, Stu. Cheers for coming along.
We've got Mark's just joined us.
Hi, Mark.
Hans Stone, Armour have been killing it lately with all the new models releasing, and a credit to whoever at the company decided to go scorched earth policy in Traxxas.
Yeah, for them to come out with, I was expecting one, maybe two cars, but for them to come out with everything they have done in the current market, when their stuff is made in China and stuff like that, fair play to them, full credit to them. It's not an easy task at the moment, so quite impressed with that.
He also says Traxxas models look a little bit childish.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Armours look like the amount of money you're spending on them. The Traxxas to me don't quite look like you're spending that much money on them, but they do hold up better out the box. So, from what I hear, there's some incredibly bent screws on that wing mount.
I'm like, we're from Bournemouth and Dorset.
South coast of England.
Where are you from? Faith says if you look at the Traxxas UDR, the wrong way it breaks.
Yeah, I think the UDR is one that I've heard is not a good one out the box, and I've also seen, I think Dean's got one that he spent an absolute fortune on upgrades on, and I haven't seen it run. Well, I've seen it run for a few minutes, but that's about it. So.
Mark's from Leeds. He says, what do you think of the FTX Outlaw Brushless?
I like my boy's version of the FTX Vantage. It's an ideal car for your first sort of basher. They take up a fair amount of abuse, but as soon as you do start jumping them quite high, they do break, and they tend to break the front of the chassis, the little plastic bit, which is a separate bit from the whole chassis, and it's quite cheap. But yeah, no, for a first basher or a light use basher, they're a good little car, to be fair. Or Ollie's one has been. I think Rob's off, is he? Or is that just an old?
That's an old one.
Yeah, not phone's frozen.
So SOD, my /4x4 VXL was 300 and not abused with battery and charger. Great deal with the Russian body, it's incredible.
Awesome. Yeah, the Slash. A couple of people I know have got the Slash, and seen them used, and they do seem to hold up well.
Everyone's liking Mojave. They said it would give the UDR a good kick in, and then go hard. So, hey, Mojave's king.
Yeah, definitely. From what I've seen, I don't know. Many people have said really, from what I've seen, much good about the UDR compared to the Mojave.
Sean says the UDR looks good, but runs like.
Yeah. The UDR's got all the scale look, and it does look the part, that's for sure. But the Mojave, I think, will outperform it all day long, especially being independent suspension rather than the live axle. Live axle's good for the scale look, but not good for the handling, really.
Hans Stone, have you ever seen a Maverick Blackout MT before?
No, but I like the sound of that.
Mark was talking about the FTX Outlaw, and he says he's got 150 miles per hour out of the box.
Yeah, they are good. So that's the monster truck version, I believe, and we've got the buggy version, and they're good little cars straight out of the box. They are quick, but just I wouldn't say don't expect them to do some of the stuff the bigger ones can do, and treat them right, and they will be fine.
He's also just got a Traxxas Raptor.
Nice. Traxxas Raptor. I need to have a look at what that is, actually. I'm not sure I know what that one is. What sort of car is that? Is that a buggy or a...
So what are you doing now then, James?
Onto the rear tower. The front one's done. The front one's nice and easy on this, actually. The rear tower, annoyingly, is a little bit harder because I've got to take all of that off to get into one bolt in there, just to hold it, so I can get that out.
Mark says it's like a Slash.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So Traxxas Raptor is a Slash with a Ford Raptor body.
Oh, okay, yeah, good, nice.
According to SLD.
I actually like the Ford Raptor in real life. I wouldn't mind one of them, but a massive great big V8 wouldn't be the best of things to have in England. I'm expecting over the next month or two we're going to see a lot of people with new cars arriving, and it'll be nice to see which ones work well. Pretty sure Kevin's just got the new Traxxas Hoff or Hoss. So I'm sure that'll be out there soon. Yeah, Rich got the felony coming. I may have played a little part in convincing him to get that one. I do really like the look of it, and if I was to build a car for the road, that's what I'll be building. So it would be nice to have one.
But Dylan, just come on. Hi, Dylan.
Hi Dylan, how you doing?
So the question is, what is the best RC car? How do you choose?
I don't know, let these guys answer. What is everyone's thoughts on what the best RC car is? The best one I have is Micro Harvey. I absolutely love that. But I love all three. I've got 3 proper decent ones. I've got some older ones, some smaller ones, stuff like that. But out of the 3, that's the one I love. But I do like all of them.
If money was no object, which it is.
What would you guys get? If money was no object, what would you guys get or build?
Master's best for what? I don't know, just an all-rounder. Just, if you could buy anything, what would you go for? But you can only buy one, and you can't combine it with parts of different cars.
I know everyone will have a different preference. That's the trouble, because everybody likes the different looks. Everybody likes the different brands and stuff like that. To me, if I could pick anything, I would build enough for custom build and do enough as some sort of hybrid on the armour. That would be what I would do.
Handstain says to get an MCD W5 Max Pro, so you can do the 5th scale short course racing. Is that something that happens near them?
Nice.
Just
That'd be
need
good.
the money.
5th scale, I do like the 5th scales. But apart from, well, the trouble is around here there's not many places to use them. And I'd love a Kraton 8S, and I will at some point get one. But I would struggle to find many places around here that you could really abuse them and really use them for what they're made for, really. So anything 5th scale, you've got to be close to a track that will do it, really, in my eyes.
Hi, Paddleswap Park and STL.
Oh, is that Sarah?
Hi, Sarah. And we've got STL as well.
Hi, STL.
Chris Bruin says that he'd get a fully upgraded Kraton 8S.
Yeah, that would be something I would build. It's something either fully upgraded 8S or some sort of fully upgraded hybrid 6S. Just a bit different to what I've already done, but something along those lines. Because when I built that car, and yeah, I've just done a front diff to it, and there's been a couple of bits I've done along the way, but I took that car and spent a whole day giving it complete abuse at Paddleswap, and it still drove home. That was the first day. The second day, I think everybody saw the footage where I landed badly on the back and it exploded into a million pieces. But that wasn't the car's fault, that was completely my fault.
Green Frog's going to go for a Vanquish Ripper.
I don't actually know what one of them is. Sounds good though.
I could easily get stitched up in this chat, couldn't I? Because I'm just saying things out loud.
Don't say that, because then they will start to
I
do
know.
it.
It'd be quite funny though.
No, Chris, you're quite right. The Kraton AS probably isn't quite as big as most 5th scales, but it's big. It's definitely heavy enough, and I think that plays a large part in it.
Adrian says you get the Outcast 8S.
Yeah, a good choice again. But as I said before, I think I would go for the longer wheelbase, but that is a completely personal preference thing. Just because it suits my driving style more.
Hi Andy, we've got Andy on the chat.
Hi Andy, how you doing?
He got his EXP last week.
Oh, very nice.
And already he's had to top up all 3 diffs. And tomorrow he's going to fix his weak servo saver after watching your video on how to.
Yeah, has the EXP got the same servo saver on it then? I haven't actually looked. If it has, yeah, definitely do the C-clips on it. It makes a hell of a difference. Just don't go too many. Just pay attention to as you do it. Give it a feel. If you go too many, you're more likely to break one of the steering arms. So you need to make it a lot stiffer, but not too stiff that there's no play in it whatsoever. And obviously with the EXP, check your rear diff, check the shims and everything. They seem to be causing problems. I'm actually being sent a rear diff from Adrian at Bad Touch Breakers, and what I want to do is strip it apart, and I will go through it completely, and I think it can be fixed with a proper shim set that fit the gears and everything properly. So I'm going to give it a try, and if it works out, then Adrian will put that shim set together and sell it on his store so that everybody's got that there if theirs does go. Because at the moment the only really option that you've been given is to put the LSD plates in it, which for some people is fine, but for some people they might not want to do. So if we can come up with a way of shimming that so you don't need to do it, we'll get that done.
Master said people start writing tongue twisters if you say stuff like that.
Yeah.
To be fair, tongue twister is a tongue twister to me. I've still got baby brain. Claire, go on, bring it on. She said she could be really naughty.
That wouldn't surprise me, Claire.
What were you doing there now?
Nearly finished putting on the rear tower. A few more screws to do, put the wing back on. And I think this one's got a naked servo in it, but I don't actually know because I didn't. It's been so long since I used it.
Like a challenge, Claire.
Of course she does, Claire. She married me.
No, that's why I married you. You don't take any rubbish from me, do you?
No.
You keep buying cars when I tell you not to.
Yeah. Claire's fault.
I don't know if it's the cars or the parts. It's like, he says to me, so at Christmas, he said he really wanted a car. Which car did you get? I can't remember.
That's the Creighton V4.
So, I say, right, okay, how much is it? And how much was it?
Oh, God.
A lot of money.
30
anyway.
quid, 40 quid?
No, it wasn't. It was loads of money. Anyway, so I think that's the end of it. Next thing I know, we've got about 5 Amazon packages turning up every day. And there's all these little car parts.
No, the Amazon one's yours. Mine's don't come from Amazon.
Whack it out. We basically make Jeff like a near trillionaire, I think. Or was it eBay you get them from, or a bit of everywhere?
Bit of everywhere, but mostly from sort of custom RC upgrades or Adrian at Bad Touch Breakers. Most of my Quavi's Bad Touch Breakers and the M2C stuff. And then obviously these are Lee's at Carbon Fire, Lee's custom RC upgrades. They're the main guys for your stuff in England, really. And obviously Adrian's a breaker as well, so not only can you get the nice upgrades, you can also get the spare parts that you break on a weekly basis. And if you're not breaking stuff on a weekly basis, you're not trying hard enough.
Right, Sean's got a tongue twister for me. I'm not a pheasant plucker. I am a pheasant plucker's son. I'm only plucking pheasants for the pheasant plucker cups.
There we go, job done. And hopefully you didn't get a spanned.
I'm not sure what I was talking about there. Claire said she caught Ian sneaking stuff down the shed before she got into it. And he was having stuff delivered to his work as well as home.
I haven't done that. The trouble is we work at the same place. So they probably end up getting delivered to Christina's desk and not mine.
Yeah. Sarah said that Dan used to have stuff delivered to a friend's house. James comes home at lunchtime to get the parts and sneak them off before I get back. Claire said Martin used to have his neighbour pass it over the fence. We got to think, what's the best way to sneak RC car parts through the house into the shed?
Don't tell her because then I won't be able to do it.
What are the tricks, everyone? SOD, just get his mum to order stuff and just give her the money.
SOD, just you wait. It'll be brilliant. You'll get a job and you'll be able to spend loads of money. You'll then meet a nice girl and move in, and then you won't be able to spend any of that money that you earn. No, I'm only joking. You will, but
You just lie about it.
yeah, just lie about it.
Ian said his lips are sealed. He's got your back. I'm going to find out, Ian. I'm going to Google it.
Well, Ian can't say anything because Claire's on it. So now, actually, what I want to know is now that you're both into it, who's worse for buying parts?
Hang on, hard
Claire or
says,
Ian?
be single and spend what you want when you want. Do you notice I've gone really quiet now? Claire's telling Ian off.
How's the airbrushing going, Claire?
Oh, SLD's got loads of money. He's got a summer job, so he's
So I need one
we're
of
going to
them.
buy them.
I think SLD's saving up. He was at one point for the X Max, but I think it might have changed to an Armour now.
I don't understand how James can have so many parts for one car. But I guess this technique is interesting when he bashes them around.
It's called testing the limits.
SLD's going to get an X Max.
Yeah, so it's still the X Max then.
Clive said, still only done the one shower, but we'll film the next airbrushing.
Good, good.
Sarah says he's fixing that to come to Paddleswap and destroy it again.
Yep. I think, well actually no, I think I'm coming down soon. A few weeks time. Looking forward to it. And I want to know if my entry to the long jump can still actually count. Because I was technically out of the country, so can I get a late entry?
Chris is off.
See you later, Chris.
Good night, Chris. Thank you. I don't know if I nailed it, but...
Yeah, send me a message, Chris, and we'll try and meet up Thursday night. Sounds good.
Yeah, Faith, so it'd be nice. Otherwise, they're going to make Claire the, what's it called?
The moderator.
Moderator.
I need to do that on my one actually.
So I was just afraid not, but you can practice them for next year. I think it must just look like it's raining. Oh, do you mean Paddleswap? Or here? Right, let's make Claire a spanner.
Oh, you got to do it on my phone then.
Is it really noisy here? Does it sound a little bit like... It's very windy. I think it's that. It's actually stopped raining.
So I think I've done it, Claire. Kelly, get in. I shut that, it might be better.
James didn't insulate the shed when he built it.
Oh no, I've got steering. That's it, there's 2 cars up and running. So what I do need to know, if anybody's done it, those of you that have built the rally cars, Dan's probably the person to ask at Paddleswap, is I've been given this shell. So what I want to be doing is getting that shell. I want to actually keep the wing on it, on there. So I need some body mounts for that. So if anybody knows the best ones to use, they're going to have to be pretty long. Let me know.
I've got the power now. You just think to it. It's to my head.
I'll do it for a few of you once I got access to my account properly, really, because it's the phone that is being used. And I've already knocked it off square, there we go.
Master said it looks nice.
Yeah, Rich, Go Hard, Go Home, gave me this last time I was at Paddleswap. It's his old one, because I didn't have a rally shell. So this car I'm going to be using for a bit of both. So what I want to do is actually mount some body posts to the towers probably. And then I can actually just take the shell off and use it as a buggy still as well. And I've got loads of wheels ready for it, so yeah, just needs to get the body posts.
Thanks, Sean. Everyone, yeah, just thumbs up, please.
Yeah, cheers, thank you for that.
Hard because it's time to run. Claire's got the power. Ian says he just cut some alloy and put armour mounts on.
Oh, that's a good shout. Now, I can't remember if this car's even running.
Sarah says with Senton or Seaton 112?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking
Senton.
about, Sarah. Was it Senton?
Senton, you're going to write first time. Alright, I missed the controller. Anyone see my controller?
Ian said he held the alloy on with the shock bolts.
The shock bolts.
Oh my god, the shed is actually moving. We're going to go up. Like Dorothy. God, this bolt is so bent.
Does anybody else have that trouble with the Outcast of the front body mounts just annihilating the bolts on them or always coming loose? I don't tend to have it on my Kraton, but
That's funny, Claire. I'm not saying that out loud though. Sarah's off. Bye, Sarah.
see you later, Sarah.
Ian says he has that on both his armours. Put it down to the Pro line bodies.
Yeah, I've got the one of the Russian indestructibles on here, so probably what's doing it.
Oh, we've got William on the chat.
Hi William, how you doing? Cheers
Hello.
for coming along.
I remember that actually. You know, you see, I've got the power, and it used to be He-Man that said it.
Was it?
We have a little debate about this on here.
Oh, what, Ian, did the Russian bodies flex more than the Pro line ones then? Don't know if people are still here.
I think we've got about 4 people now. How did we drop that many in a few seconds? Hi, Gravity. I'm just going to blame you. Hardcore's blaming Claire.
Yeah, it's Claire's fault because she was moderator.
Dan says hello. Dan, are you still there? Thanks, Dan. Slight technical glitch.
Yeah, we're back. Oh, we can back up to 12 actually.
Yay. Oh no, Wheel of Doom.
Yeah, it's right, I'm back now. Just right, I'm back now.
Yeah. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. I figured out what it was. Facebook Messenger, every time I got a message it was kicking me off.
Oh.
We should be back.
Traxxas has got love Facebook.
Yeah. That's right, I've turned off notifications now, so hopefully that'll stop it.
Claire says that they use 4G for their streams because the internet seems to be too
Yeah, I'm on 4G, Claire. The first time was the charger had come unplugged, and then the other couple of times...
Oh yeah, you're looking at the ceiling.
What?
Yeah.
You can tell we're new to this.
God, look at a bunch of amateurs, a pair of us.
So I now know to turn all my notifications off.
What are we doing now then?
Just fixing all the body mounts on the Outcast, because this car is ready to rock and roll really. It's a car I don't tend to use as much, but when I do use it, I do give it some abuse. But actually, this one has been really good. Never really had many troubles with it. It's mostly stock, to be fair, as well. It's got a few upgrades in there from before I bought it, but mostly just stock.
Are you going to break it tomorrow?
What, this?
Yeah.
Well, Thursday when I go out of Chris, I probably will. I feel like I haven't ordered enough parts recently, so I haven't ordered any parts for 7 weeks.
Oh, shame. That says that's why they use Ian's fame, because he's unpopular.
That's not nice, Ian. That's not nice.
No, the Claire said that.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's funny though. It's almost like you've never done it before. James having a rummage.
Trying to find a spare body now.
You're very loud.
Right, hopefully we're good.
Sorry guys.
Gonna have to turn off all of Facebook and everything. I bet it's one of them lot messaging me anyway.
Yeah, everyone stop messaging James. It's probably his girlfriend.
No, I told her not to do it tonight.
Oh, okay. Hans Stain said it's because the talk of Traxxas is sabotaging. Hi, Green Frog.
Hi, Green Frog.
Or does that mean we're back again?
Oh,
Or are you
probably,
back
yeah.
again? We're just coming and going as we please tonight.
So, has everybody managed to get everything fixed after Paddleswap then, or are they still waiting on parts? I didn't realise parts were a bit harder to get hold of at the moment.
We've got RC Clan back, just finished editing, so just back 5 minutes.
Nice, good to see you again, RC Clam.
Klaus says, what's your opinion on Dean's chassis brace?
Do you know what? I would love to try one. The idea is potentially good, but I've not tried one, so I can't really give my opinion on it. For those that don't want to do a whole chassis swap, it's potentially a good buy. And with what I do with my Mojave chassis, I think it might be good for me on the Mojave chassis, but it does add a fair chunk of weight, which I don't necessarily need. But I would like to try one to give it a try. It's a very, very good idea. Very simple but good idea, but I haven't put it into practice. If anybody has, let us know what you think.
Klaus is still waiting. Just to test one. Well, I don't know if this is the name for it. What's the Crapton?
That's going to be the Creighton, but yeah.
It's up and running.
Okay, cool. How have you found it so far? Did it fit nicely?
Hans Stain spent loads of money on RC and then loads of money on fish and coral.
Not a big fan of fish.
I hope that's not driving the RC into the fish tank.
Yeah. Try and take your RCs outdoors. Might help. I want to know what the worst thing people have broken indoors, because I see some quite funny things on the internet from time to time. People just testing it and turning it on and running it into the wall or through the wall. Or
Plus, they still need a diff case before they can fit it.
what? For the 6S? If you're after the diff case for the 6F, have a chat with Adrian, he'll have one. For sure. I might have an old one lying about it, but I don't know how good they are. Oh, okay, Dean's got you one coming. Brilliant. But normally any stuff like that for the armours, give Adrian a try, because he's got loads of stuff. But no, I do want to try one. I said to Dean I want to give one a try. So I might do it at some point.
We've got Still Paul, hello.
Hello, how you doing? Well, there's me looking for the body mount. It's still attached to the body. That's alright, I've chucked enough one on there now.
Oh, that's going again.
That's it.
Oh.
Right, that's enough one done. Right, so that is actually all the cars up and running and fixed. Ready to go out and destroy again. I don't even know what the time is. What is
It's
the
got
time?
the same Allen drivers.
I've actually got a few different sets. I've got one MIBP and I will be replacing them to the not MIBP, sorry, MIP, the MIPs. I probably will replace them as I need them to these. I have had some real cheapos, and do you know what? They've been absolutely brilliant. So I can't knock them at all. They do wear out though. So I've actually got two sets. I've got that set, and I've got that set. And between the two sets now, I've still got one decent set. And I only paid about £4 or something like that, £4 or £5 for them. But yeah. Yeah, I think Ian said, was it the MIP ones he killed? I've only got the 2mm, and so far that's been okay. But I haven't had it that long, so I was going to basically test that one out for a little while. But if anybody knows of any better ones, because obviously the MIP are expensive. A lot of people do swear by them, but always up for other suggestions. Yeah, these ones, do you know what, for a fiver, you could buy 10 sets for the price you could buy one of the MIP sets for. And I think you're probably better off having 10 sets of them, to be fair, because you can change your handles around if you duff up a handle or if you change the tip around. But we'll see how the MIP goes.
Hudstone says, don't forget to check my DMs to you under name of Wolfgang.
Yeah, I'll have a little look at them later on.
What are DMs? Like dirty messages?
Not dirty ones, no, direct messages. So Aromax, and you can change tips. Yeah, I think that's the key to it. You need something you can change the tips. But I also want something I can run in a handle, but also on the impact driver. Normally I use the impact. I didn't tonight because of the noise it makes, but normally I use the impact driver. Okay, so Aromax for the impact driver as well then.
Handstein, does it ever annoy you, I'm going to say, how far behind we are than Americans in terms of all the bashing spots and racing tracks, that kind of thing?
It all depends on where you go and on sort of how you're looking at it. I'm quite lucky. I've got a fair amount of bashing spots around by me. And I've got 5 or 6 really, really good places I could go to. So I've always got somewhere to go to. In terms of the stuff coming out over here, it would be nicer to get some of the stuff earlier, but then we did get the Outcast before the Americans got it, the 8S Outcast, so we're not always behind. But I think it is down to luck. What's that, Claire? When you finish your stream, make sure you have your live chat enabled. Naughty streams disable it. Okay. How do I do that, Claire? Just what? Make sure it's showed on there.
can't remember.
Alright, I'm going to spin you around to Mrs. Bournemouth RC while I have a cigarette.
Hans Stain's asking, like, how do you guys pay to use Paddleswap? And how does it work? Claire says £10.
Yeah, £10 for Paddleswap.
Bargain, isn't it?
Yeah, for the whole day. For the facilities, it's amazing. We've got a local track to us in Bournemouth that's a proper racing track. It's an AstroTurf racing track, which I think is £5 to use for an evening. So, yeah, you're looking at Mrs. Bournemouth RC because I'm having a cigarette.
I didn't even realise that he put the camera on me. I'm just chilling out. And I look at my phone and I can see my face on it. Oh, that's embarrassing. I've got a mum bun and everything going on. James has left me, everyone. He just disappeared.
Sorry, I just had to use the outside loo. What they said.
Hans Stain is saying that the local fish scale track wants them to pay £50 a year membership and £5 each time to use it.
It does cost a lot to keep these tracks running though, so I think if you're going to be a member and use it regularly, I think that's fine. And £5 a night to use it is what our local one pays. So it costs a lot to keep them running, a hell of a lot.
Thanks, Claire. I'm glad I wasn't picking my nose too. There's a good chance you could have spotted me doing that. Thanks, Hardcore. I'm glad you're still with me. I'll keep this chat again, just talk about rubbish. Gravity says depends on where you are in America. In his area is absolutely nothing. No skate parks, no BMX tracks, no RC tracks. Even crawling spots are hard to find.
I find the best way to find a good spot is try and find some old quarries, because around by us there's quite a few old quarries and they're always good bashing spots.
Handstone says, how did Paddleswap come about, and did the owners buy the land specifically to build the RC park? And Claire says that they're in partnership with the landowners, and there's apparently a campsite there as well.
Yeah.
I've been camping for the first time. It's amazing. Handstone says, can you tell me what the attraction is to crawlers? We just don't get it.
I used a crawler for the first time at Paddleswap. I had a go on Dean's and I did manage to break it. But actually I had a really good laugh. I've never owned one before and didn't see the fascination in it before, but I actually really had a good laugh of it. And I probably will get one.
Claire says, yeah, it's all good until you need a wee. Could be worse, I suppose.
We were quite lucky. The campsites we went to had quite nice facilities.
Yeah, we didn't use the, we had a caravan, but we didn't use the shower and toilet there. I think that's a blessing in disguise, if you ask me. How do you not though, Claire? No poos when camping.
Right. So we probably will have to end the live stream soon. We've got work in the morning, but we'll have a chat for a little bit. Some people we've still got 18 people on, I think. So don't think that's too bad for a first live stream.
Do you have any other expensive hobbies, James? Yeah, me.
Yeah, this person here. The most expensive hobby I have.
Not anymore. I think the RC's taken over. The RC is like James's mistress now.
There could be worse ones to have.
They might be cheaper though.
Probably. Yeah, it's good, Claire. I really enjoy your live streams as well, and that's why I dragged Mrs. Bournemouth RC out here. It's got to be done.
Oh, thanks, Claire.
Yeah, thank you.
Got Gaines.
Hi, Gaines. How you doing? We've just actually finished the wrenching. We've managed to do about a couple of hours worth of wrenching, got everything up and running. So we'll be out bashing soon. And we are going to get out with Mrs. Bournemouth RC to get some bashing done, and we'll get some footage of that. I'm not sure how much footage it'll be, because the way she drives the car, they tend to not be in shot very long.
It'll be entertaining.
So any feedback on the live stream then, guys? What do you want to see in the next ones? No, I haven't, Hands of Stone. I haven't done a cleaning tutorial. I do need to get some of the tutorial videos going again, because they're actually my most popular ones, really. They're the ones that keep the channel ticking over. The bash videos tend to be quite good for a day or two on views, but the tutorials I've got on there are getting sort of at least 300 views a day consistently.
Wine's a good shout, Claire.
Yeah.
I'll get that next
Wine or
time.
rum. I think wine or
I can't
rum.
do wine anymore though.
It'll have to be rum.
It's going to have to be rum, isn't it? Master wants to be a spanner.
Right. I will get that done. Let's see if I can do it now.
Ah, Hardcore said all good, just carry this on. It'd be pretty awkward if someone said something really bad though. Like, Christina, can you just not be on the next one? You want a video of me driving his cars? He won't have it. He will have a lot to fix. He can do a lot of videos afterwards. Dark and stormy. That's a cocktail, isn't it? I do like rum. What have we got? No, what's that?
Hendrix.
Kraken. No, Kraken.
Kraken, yeah, sorry.
Hendrix is a gin that we used to drink. I'll give it a go. I must admit though, I'm a bit scared of it. I don't know, I wouldn't know, well, I'm sure James can teach me.
Yeah, we'll get it worked out. Right, I've added a fair few spanners on there now. Let me know if I missed anyone out.
This is quite funny. Have you ever felt like you've been judged for something for driving RC cars at your age? I'm younger than you and feel like people must think I'm a big kid.
This person judged me the worst.
It was quite funny because when you first started talking about it, you were a bit like, the way you described it was like a little tiny, I just thought like it was a little wind-up toy car or something.
And then it arrived.
Hardcore wants dancing girls. It's fine, but it ain't gonna be me.
I don't know, you get enough rum in there and it might be.
Yeah, half a bottle of rum. Sean says there's a lot of tools.
What, in here? This isn't just the RC shed. This is the DIY, mechanics, RC, garden, everything shed. We need enough a shed to get rid of the other stuff, so this one could become purely RC.
God, this is decent build videos, especially custom builds.
Yeah, the last one I did, obviously the Krahavi, that got quite a lot of attention. I am doing another one soon. I'm chatting to Adrian at Bad Touch Breakers. We're going to do another one, another kind of hybrid. And I also want to tweak mine a little bit. What I want to do is get a new build up and running, and then I want to twin motor the Krahavi, but obviously got to wait for a little bit of money to come in.
Sean says Hennessy, tequila and Red Bull. I'd be absolutely wasted on that. How many of these do you have?
I don't know. Can't we?
No, what do we use
Tequila.
before we had a baby?
Yeah, tequila is not a good mix for us two. We went to Mexico and ended up getting very drunk on tequila. And the next day we didn't talk to each other very much.
But we didn't know why. We had an argument. We couldn't remember what it was about.
Yeah, I do want to get. There's a lot of cars I want to get hands of stone. I really want to get the Kraton 8S because Mitch is doing a lot of new upgrades coming out soon on them, so keep an eye on his stuff. So if I had one of them, obviously I could do a lot of videos of that for him and get them up there. But I just don't have one at the moment, and I don't have the spare money at the moment. So hopefully in a couple of months, we've got to pay off the holiday we just had really, or just get some funds back in the bank really from the holiday we just had. Holidays aren't cheap, and we also need to do some work on our house as well. So
all fun and games around here. STO's back. Hello.
Hi STO, how are you doing? RC Clan. I don't know. I would like a Traxxas. Martin was on about earlier. He's got an e-Revo that we can have, so I'll message him and have a chat with him, and that could be Mrs. Bournemouth's car, so she can have that one. But yeah, I'm not against getting a Traxxas at all. I would quite like to have one.
Yeah, why don't you sell some of your other cars? You could buy me a Christmas present.
To be fair, I haven't really got any to sell. I've only got 3 proper ones, and I've got a load of older, cheaper ones that aren't really worth any money. Thank you, Claire. Have a good night.
Thanks, Claire.
And we'll see you on your live stream probably on Saturday. You doing one Saturday?
I'm always trying. God loves a trier.
How come it's gone up? We've got 20 people on there now, and we've stopped mucking about with RC cars.
Oi, Dan! Oi! Sell the wife and get a Raminator. Do you know how many Raminators he could get if he sold me? How much are they?
About £3 grand.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Oh, Claire, that's not good. You need to get out there and break some stuff. You'll have to come on and just have a drinking night. Yeah, so we'd all like a lot of RC cars. Hi, Commander. Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah, I'll be back on the group chat in a bit.
I want my wife to sell a kidney.
Actually, we could sell one of your kidneys.
Why mine? Why can't you sell one of yours?
Because mine are probably in better condition than yours.
What?
So we need a spare. Keep mine.
Like, mine are in better condition than yours. You know you've got it bad when you're talking about selling your organs to pay for an RC car. Anyone else offering up their other halves, limbs or organs or anything like that for a car?
RC Clan, don't let us see that.
don't even... Oh, God.
Yeah, Master, does take a little while. I don't think the notifications have been brilliant on YouTube lately.
Night, Claire.
Night, Claire. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it as well.
I think someone did actually sell an organ for an iPad.
Really?
I think he can sell you. Can you sell? He can sell your spare.
I don't think SLD can. I think he's about 14, 15.
Right, if you really want a car that badly. And then you'll have all these kids turning up.
Yeah, the trouble is you might buy loads of cars, but in 18 years all the kids will turn up to use them.
Gain says all eggs. I ain't selling my eggs, I need them.
SLD a few years before you can sell that then.
Piker has more money because he's single. I don't know why people say that. Must be the men. Doesn't count. My friend to shave her head. She doesn't buy anyone. Free haircut. Be like a Corona haircut.
Yeah, I got one of them.
Oh yeah.
Corona
That's because
haircut.
I tried to cut your hair, didn't I?
Yeah. That would have been quite funny on live actually, because that was a pretty appalling haircut. Ended up like this, and I actually quite like this, so I kept this.
Bye, Sean.
See you later, Sean. Cheers for coming on. Hands of Stone, the way they're going to be churning out cars constantly. But the good thing is, it doesn't matter if you've got a V4, a V3, a V5, a V2. They make sure that their stuff matches over into it. So what I would say there is be pleased with the one you got, and then keep an eye out for what of the upgrades are working on the new ones and move them across to yours.
Oh my god, have you seen what RC Clown's put on there? I'm not even repeating that. Oh, trying to corrupt my innocent mind. Good night, Adrian.
Yeah, it is tough, hardcore, when they come out with new ones, and especially when you just bought one. The amount of messages you see online saying, "Oh, I've just bought the last one and it's come out 2 days later." It's always going to happen, but it's just something good to look forward to. Night, Adrian. Thank you very much.
Night, night, master.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you. Don't forget that.
Cheers for coming on, Mast. Right, careful guys, don't get us in trouble. Yeah, and Stone, they do come out quicker, but I think that's because they listen to what's been happening, and they're not a company. One of their good things is they're not a company that will sit there with a product that's no good. They will make the changes, they will update, they will upgrade, they will look at what people are doing to them with stuff like the 7075 chassis, and they'll keep making them better and better and better. And there's a lot of companies out there that don't do that.
You've got a 14-day call-off period. You can take it back and get a new one.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I do know a lot of people that have ordered one, taken it back to the shop, or cancelled their orders because the new one's just come out. Yeah, hands of stone. Do you know what though? It takes me back to it. I loved cars. I was a car enthusiast, mad and through. I then got a job as a mechanic, and I never wanted to touch a car. I can imagine if you spend all day long working on it with these things, designing these things, when you get home, you probably never want to see one. So it's that catch-22. He's made a job out of something he loves, but now doesn't necessarily do the hobby because he's surrounded by it all day long. Right, I think we'll have to call it a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta work. Gotta pay for James' car somehow.
I didn't realise you were there, SLD. Right, cheers guys. Thank you all for coming on. We will do one again soon, but obviously I need to get out and break some stuff and get some parts in. But when we do, we'll do another live stream. So thank you very much for coming on, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks very much, everyone. I'll get drunk next time.
Sorry guys, you got to go. You got to go to work.
Just overtime. Try. I'm already doing 90 hours a week.
Right, see you later. Cheers, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
See you later. Bye. How do I end it? Does anybody know?